when Cushing Hospital closed, we can no longer deliver babies here in Leavenworth. And so a whole new generation of people are not going to be able to say, I was born in Leavenworth. And you think that's a small thing. You know, I mean, you grew up in Leavenworth. There's a lot of science on what happens to a town when people aren't born there anymore. It kills a town. Over time, you know, the young people, they don't feel as linked to the community, and they don't come back, and they don't stay here, and they don't grow their families. And so we're on a clock. I mean, because it happened October 20, was it 2020 or 20? I think it's 2020. The Cushing closed. So since October 2020, nobody's being born in Leavenworth. And so I've been trying to figure out a way for people to be born in Leavenworth again. And when I went to the legislature in 2021, I met this lady. Her name's Kendra Wyatt. She's got this. She has a maternity center down in Olathe, or Overland Park, and she used to have one in Wyandotte, but she had to close it, and that's where I'm going with this. Basically, it's for low-risk pregnancies. If you don't have any issues, you have your baby at this maternity center, and it's a lot more friendly environment than having a baby in a hospital. They start with you, you know, they start with your prenatal care, and they help you with kind of the postnatal care. You can do like water births. Their regular delivery rooms are like bedrooms, you know, I mean, it's like having your baby at home, sort of. And they've got an agreement with the doctor, so if there's some emergency, they can get you to a hospital right away. But it's this great model. I want them to do one right here. But the challenge they had was, because of the way the Kansas law was written, they were having trouble getting access to malpractice insurance unless a doctor owned the facility. And Kendra, she's not a doctor, she's a businesswoman, has a great business. She actually ended up losing her place in Wyandotte because it was costing her so much for insurance. And so she came to us a couple years ago wanting to fix this. We almost got it fixed last year. But at the end, there was an issue, and so we had to put it in the budget so that it only was good for 1 year. So this year I was really excited. I'm starting from the ground floor. We're going to get this thing done. Got it all the way through the House, got it to the Senate, and they tacked on an abortion thing to it, which made it guaranteed the governor was going to veto it. And so we got it through the Senate, but then the governor vetoed it, and we weren't able to override the veto in the Senate. We got it through the House, but we didn't get it through the Senate. And so we put it in the budget again. So I got another year of her being able to keep her business open. We actually met here during the interim with the Department of Commerce to talk about getting funding. It's going to take about $1.5 million to $2 million to get it up and running here. We actually went and looked at some buildings here in town where we could put it. So I'm going to go right back to work on getting her insurance problem fixed permanently. But in the meantime, I'm going to drive ahead with trying to get something here so we can have some babies born in Leavenworth. And it's about babies being born in Leavenworth, but it's actually also about a business starting here in Leavenworth. This is going to be a great business because we've got all these baby-making aged people on Fort Leavenworth, and right now they're going across the river to have babies, and it costs money to have babies. You know, you got to pay for, you know, medical professionals. You got to pay for all the, you know, the hospital visits, the sonograms, all that. We could do that right here. If we can get this center up and running, we can do this right here. We could be like the baby making capital, you know, where people come to have their babies from all over the metro potentially. So I'm excited about the opportunity. I'm going to keep working on it. But we did get the legislation extended another year. Hopefully we'll get something permanent in the next year.